How you doing? Len Haggerty here at New Generation Lacrosse at our offices at Strides Human Performance Institute. So I wanted to kind of get back to another topic that I've mentioned before in my blog, and I'm bringing it up because it's based on a conversation I had just again the other day with another mom, and it's the topic of in-season training. And I got an email from a mom the other day saying that son was going to be stopping training because the season was starting up. Practices were going on in the preseason 6 days a week, and games were going to get going. And just because of the amount of practice and playing, there wasn't going to be time for training. And so I wanted to reiterate to the mom the importance of in-season training and how actually it's probably the most important time to keep the training regimen going on, almost even more so than off-season training and preseason. And the reason being is that once you get into the practices and the game schedule, you have so much activity going on, obviously, with practices and games, that your body is going through so much repetitive movements, both in practice and on the field, that muscles can become very tight. Depending on the playing surfaces, whether you're on natural grass or whether you're on AstroTurf, and even any transition from winter games, which might be on AstroTurf at the indoor facilities, and then going to natural grass outside. Transition of playing surfaces can have an impact on potential overuse injuries, whether it be in the heel and like a plantar fasciitis, or whether about the knee joint, or shin splints, or more known as compartment syndrome, and other injuries of such. And really, the purpose of in-season training workouts is to kind of help the body rid of a lot of toxins that build up from all the work that's being done both in the practices and in the games. It's kind of help the muscles get rid of a lot of or help them recover from a lot of the micro trauma that goes on, and also to help maintain the strength, explosiveness, and coordination, and physical literacy that has been gained through the off-season and in-season. Because if not, then what happens is your body kind of just transitions to all the movements that are occurring on the field. And then really once the season ends and you kind of get back into your off-season training, so on and so forth, you're kind of trying to pick up where you left off later on, and you have to regain some of that stuff that you had built up to leading into the season. So the idea is to have the in-season training going on, A, to help prevent overuse injuries and other set injuries, 2, to help the body recover and flush out any of the toxins, as well as allow the muscles to recover and kind of help reduce any of the micro trauma that goes on in the muscle groups, that can lead to potential injury as well, and also to maintain the efforts and maintain the work that you've done from the off and preseason. So there's actually makes it even that much more important for the in-season work. Now, it occurs that time. You're at practice, you have school all day, then you go into practice or a game, and then you have homework and stuff like that. And I'm not here to say that you have to continue in-season training for 3, 4, 5 days a week. It's not necessary, because you are doing so much work on the field for games and practice. But 1 to 2 max, 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes to an hour, and the intensity level is much different than in the off-season, preseason. Again, the focus is to help the body recover. It's helped to and maintain. So you can get a lot of work done in that amount of time, which actually does the body that much better. It's almost kind of a recovery time and help the body recover better. And so keep that in mind through the in-season. 1 to 2 workouts. So you're looking at maybe 90 minutes a week of an additional workout. It's stuff that can be done at home. We encourage our athletes to come on into us because we can kind of gauge where they're at, how they're doing, how they're feeling, and kind of what modalities and what exercises would be best. So kind of keep that in mind. So the in-season training can be the most important time of year to be training. It may seem odd, but I think that your body and your performance will see great dividends through that process. Certainly feel free to get a hold of us with any questions or comments. Once again, this is Len Haggerty at New Generation Lacrosse.